So, weightlifting can seem as a very daunting and confusing task to some. The question of how do I even start is definitely very common for newcomers. So, I wanted to create a simple weightlifting plan for any beginners. The plan will be for 6 days a week, which may seem like a lot, but you can shorten the days and or the number of exercises each day to fit your schedule better. So, without further ado, let's get into the plan. First, let me mention that the plan is of a push-pull legs variety, meaning it will start with a push day, then it will go into a pull day, and then it will go into a leg day, and then it will repeat. So let's start off with Monday, which is a push day, the first push day of the week. The first exercise you're going to have on Monday is the incline bench press for 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. The incline bench press is an incredible compound movement for the chest. I do recommend, however, doing a few warm-up sets as you're going to be using some heavier loads with this exercise. But I can promise you it will show you great results with your hypertrophy. As always though, you're going to want to really focus on the stretch on this exercise, as with every exercise from now on. Next up, we have the single arm overhead cable tricep extension, which is a sort of a mouthful. But you can also use it with both arms. You don't have to do it single arm. That's sort of a personal preference from me. So with this exercise, you're going to set your back to the cable and you're going to lift it overhead. And this is a great exercise for the triceps. It's going to really work the long head especially very well because it's placing the positioning of the exercise itself is very good for the long head because it places it in a pre-stretched form. And you're going to want to do this exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Next up, we also have the cable pushdown, which is also on the cables as with the cable tricep extension. For this one is a much simpler exercise and it's much more basic exercise again for the triceps, and it's a very great exercise though. You're going to be doing it for 3 sets of 16 to 20 reps. After that, you're going to be moving to the pec deck, where you're going to be doing reverse pec decks first for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. The reverse pec deck is a great exercise for the rear delts, and the rear delts most definitely aren't a muscle you want to ignore. They're a very important muscle, a very nice muscle. They can really fill out your physique very well, and you're going to be doing this for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then you're just going to turn around and you're going to be doing the pec deck for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps. The pec deck is an incredible exercise for the chest. I really recommend doing it. It isolates your chest, obviously, which is probably the most important aspect of the exercise, and that's why I recommend doing at least a variation of it. If you don't have a pec deck machine at your gym, I at least recommend doing the chest flies with the cable or the dumbbell. But anyways, that's it for the chest. Next up, you're going to go to the dumbbell shoulder press, which you're going to do for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. The dumbbell shoulder press isn't some sort of like extremely important exercise, but it's one that's really going to help with your delt development, mostly your front delts, a bit of your lateral delts as well. But it's a nice exercise to really finish off the day. And yeah, that's it for the first push day. Next up, we're going to talk about the first pull day of the week. So it's Tuesday, it's your first pull day, and you're going to start off with seated incline dumbbell curls. Now, of course, with the first day, we started off with a compound movement, and now we're not, so it's a bit confusing. But this is a technique I like to use where you're doing a more isolated movement first, so then you can pre-fatigue that muscle for when you're doing your bigger compound movements. So first you're going to do the seated incline dumbbell curl, which I'm going to show on the screen how it's done, for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then you're going to do the cable row next. And the cable row is a back exercise, but you can really sometimes just like take control with the arms, take over control with the arms, and that's not a good thing. You want to really feel your back, and that's why pre-fatiguing that biceps is a very nice technique to use here. You want to on this exercise, you really want to focus on especially squeezing in your scapula at the final part of the movement. That's very important because you really want to be feeling your back, and the at the most stretched position, you really want to let your back stretch out. You really want to get that extra hypertrophy in at the end. You're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then you're going to go to the dumbbells and you're going to be doing some dumbbell lateral raises for 4 sets of 16 to 20 reps. The dumbbell lateral raise is an incredible movement. It's one that's really going to help you with your lateral delt development. And as we know, the lateral delts are a very important muscle, and they can really complete a physique. They can make your shoulders look extremely wide, so don't skip out on this. And then you're going to go again to the back machines. You're going to go to the pull down machine, and you're going to be doing a close grip pull down. Now, I've always found that the close grip pull down done with the V grip, the same grip you use for the cable rows, it's a very nice movement. It's going to put your lats in a more stretched position, and you're really going to be feeling them burning all the way through it, and it's an incredible movement. You're going to notice so much development on your lats. I really love this. You're going to be doing it for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you go to the easy bar, and you're going to be doing easy bar upright rows. Now, the upright rows, that's another exercise for the lateral delts, another incredible exercise. It's also going to be working your traps a little bit, and your biceps a tiny bit, and you're going to be doing this for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Again, don't sleep on the lateral delts, an incredibly important muscle. And you're going to be ending off the day with the hammer curl. You can also do it in a cable variety, but you can also just do it with regular dumbbells, and you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. This is very important for your brachialis muscle, which is leg day. Now, don't skip legs, guys. Legs are incredibly important. Nobody wants to look like an upside down triangle. Nobody wants to have like big shoulders and then just like no calves at all, right? It's very important to do legs, right? And going to be starting off with the leg press for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I love starting with the leg press. It's an exercise I really love. But one thing you can never skip out on is the technique. The technique is incredibly important. You want to reach a very deep stretch at the bottom, and you really want to extend your legs at the top. You don't want to be doing these sort of half reps that you see a lot of people do. That's not going to really lead to any significant hypertrophy at all. Then, when you're done with the leg press, you're going to move on to the Romanian deadlift. And you're going to be doing this for 2 sets of 68 reps. Romanian deadlift is an incredible exercise, both for your lower back and for your hamstrings. Now, you're going to want to do a few warm-up sets before really going with the full weight on this, because the Romanian deadlift is a very hard exercise, and you really want to warm up your lower back for this, and your hamstrings. Those are very injury prone muscles, so you want to minimize the risk of injury as much as possible in this situation, right? And after you're done with that, you're going to take a bit of a break on the legs, really let them recover. You're going to do crunches, 3 sets of crunches to failure. You want to be using a sort of machine. I don't know exactly how to call it, but it's going to let you reach a deeper stretch, and that's very important for every exercise basically, and especially the crunches. And you're going to be doing these for 3 sets to failure. I like doing them to failure. You can actually do them to like close to failure. You have to be doing everything close to failure, right? But I like doing them exactly to failure. And then you're going to go back to the legs, right? You're going to be doing the back squat, the barbell back squat, again for 2 sets of 4 to 6 reps. You don't need to be doing a ton of sets on these very heavy load exercise, but again, you're going to have to do a few warm-up sets, because again, this is a sort of heavy load exercise that's really going to challenge your muscles, and you don't want to go wrong here, right? So again, do the warm-up sets, don't skip out on that. And after the back squat, we have the hyperextensions for 4 sets of 12 to 16 reps. Hyperextensions are an incredible exercise. They're very slept on. They're really going to help with your hamstrings, and they're really going to help with your lower back. If you want a healthy lower back, if you want healthy hamstrings, you should do this exercise because it's really going to help you. It might feel bad at first, but in the long run, it's going to make you feel great. And that's it for leg day. 5 exercise instead of the usual 6. But with leg day, I personally have found that I like doing at least 1 exercise less because it's such a hard day, right? And also, it's just like legs, there's not as much to do down there. I've always felt like we're not going to do anything for the calves this day, but that's why on the next leg day we do a lot for them. And next up we have Thursday, which is the next push day. And for this push day, again, we're going to start off with an isolated exercise, the dumbbell extended skull crushers. You can actually do these skull crushers with an easy bar as well. It's personal preference with whether you do dumbbells or easy bars or whatever. I like doing them with the dumbbells, and you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I call them extended because there's a bit of a debate on how you do skull crushers, and I like doing them not to my forehead, but like a bit deeper, a bit further, right? Basically going over my head. And you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I don't remember if I mentioned that. And next up, you're going to the bench press. You can also do the bench press before the skull crushers if you really want to focus on your strength. You really want to focus on your bench press if that's another big focus for you. But we're talking just hypertrophy here, so I'm just gonna talk about it that way. And so for the bench press, you're going to be doing 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Again, some warm-up sets. You don't want to skip out on those. And the bench press is a really nice movement. I know I talked a lot about the incline bench press previously, but this is also an incredible movement. I personally really love it. I think everybody basically loves it, right? It's the bench press. And then next up, you're going to be going to the cable lateral raise. The cable lateral raise, not just the dumbbells. And the cable lateral raise is incredible. You're not going to set it up to the very bottom. You're going to lift the cable up a bit to about hip level, or I guess a bit lower to about where your fist stands when you're just resting your hand, right? And this is incredible because it's going to really stretch your delt on the way down. And again, you really want to focus on the technique, right? You really want to control the weight on the way down, and it's going to lead to some incredible gains with your lateral delts. And you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps. And then you're going to be going to the incline dumbbell press. Now, I love the dumbbell press as much as I love the bench press, and the incline bench press, I really feel as though the incline dumbbell press is at the very top for me. It's an incredible movement, and one thing it has above the barbell press is that with the dumbbells you can go as deep as you want. You can really stretch out that muscle to its full potential, right? And you're going to be doing this again for 3 sets of 16 reps. Obviously, a bit of a con with the dumbbells is how with bigger loads, right, it can be really hard to use them, and they're kind of hard to hold balance. But that's why you're going to be using a bit lighter weights and more reps, and it's really going to help out with your chest hypertrophy. Then you're going to be doing single arm cable kickbacks. Now, this is also a mouthful. Wow. You're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps. I'm going to show a video of how to do this on the screen. This is a nice exercise. It actually puts your long head in a condensed, the opposite of stretch, right? In that sort of position where it's going to it's going to feel completely different, right? But it's also going to help out with your hypertrophy a lot. It's an exercise I personally really like. And then you're going to be doing deficit push-ups, 2 sets to failure. Now, deficit push-ups, what they are is you effectively grab 2 plates and you set your hands on them, on the plates, and you do push-ups between them, right? So you can reach further down with your chest, and that's really nice because it's again helping you with that stretch. Again, that stretch is the most important part of the movement, everybody. So that's it for this push day, and now we can move on to Friday, which is the second pull day of the week. So for this pull day, you're going to start off with, again, a compound movement, the wide grip pull down. So you're going to be using a regular grip on this pull down, and you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Now this pull down is, it's your classic pull down. It's the one everybody knows and loves, and it's incredible. It's really going to help with your lats. Pull downs are, right, they're really good for your lats. It's also going to help generally with your back. It's going to help a bit more with your traps than the close grip pull down, right? And it's a great exercise, great compound exercise. And then you're going to go on to easy bar preacher curls. Now, preacher curls have to be my favorite variation of the bicep curl. They're really going to help you not allow yourself to cheat, and it's really incredible. It at the bottom, it places your bicep in a stretch position, right? And incredible exercise just in general. And you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps, and then you're going to be moving on to the chest supported upper back row for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Now, I mean a machine when I say the chest supported upper back row, right? You're going to be using a machine. It's sort of going to be like, you're going to have like this plate where you can lay your chest on, and there's going to be 2 handles with plates attached to them, right? And you're going to be lifting them at a sort of an angle, not directly, not like parallel to the ground, not directly to you in a straight line, but like from the bottom to the top, sort of in a arc. And if you don't have this machine, you can also just do it like do any sort of chest supported row, but I personally really prefer this. It's going to help with the upper trap muscles quite a lot, and you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you're going to be doing the conventional deadlift. Now, I see a lot of people thinking like the conventional deadlift is horrible for you, and a lot of people thinking they're gonna get injured immediately if they do it, but it's not really the case. The deadlift is a great exercise. It's not the most hypertrophic, but I think it's really important to have some strength exercises in here, right? And it's going to, realistically, it's actually probably going to make your back stronger, right? You just have to really take the warm-up serious. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna start off with, I don't know, like 200 kilos from the bat, right? You have to really warm it up. It's one of those exercises that's very dangerous if you're not taking it seriously. And you're going to be doing this for 2 sets of 4 to 6 reps. And then you're going to be doing the face away cable curl. You're going to face away from the cable, obviously, as it is in the name. And you're going to be curling with it, basically. And it really helps with the stretch. Again, we're really focusing on the stretch here with almost every exercise, and you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you're going to be doing the cable pull down, the kneeling cable pull down. You're going to get on one knee, you're going to grab the cable, and you're going to pull it down to your side. This may seem like a weird exercise at first, but it's a great exercise. It's really going to help with your lats a lot, right? And I really recommend it. I'm going to show on screen how you can do this exercise. You're going to do it for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps. And then we're moving on to the last day of the week, Saturday, and you're going to be doing legs on this day as well. Again, don't skip on legs, guys. And you're going to start off with the barbell back squat. This is one of the only exercises I include in both days. because it's just an incredible exercise. It's very important, and again, you're going to be doing it for 2 sets of 46 reps, and again, you're going to be doing several warm-up sets beforehand. It's very important to do those warm-up sets. They're very important. You don't want to get injured. And then afterwards, you're going to move on to the leg curl, another hamstring exercise. You really want it to be a seated leg curl. That's better than the laying leg curl, because it places your hamstrings in more of a pre-stretched position. And you're going to be doing this for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you're going to move on to the calf raise toe press. So this is effectively when you get on the leg press, but you're doing calf raises on it. I do this exercise because I don't have a dedicated calf raise machine in my gym. So you're going to be doing this. Or you can, if you have a dedicated calf raise machine, absolutely do that. But you really want it to be the standing variation, right? Because again, that stretch, right? You don't want it to be seated because it's not stretching your calves as much as it can. And you're going to be doing this for 4 sets of 16 to 20 reps. And then you're going to move on to the leg extensions. And you're going to be doing these for 3 sets of 12 to 16 reps. I don't think this exercise needs much explanation, right? It's an incredible exercise. You want to sort of lean back a little bit, again, to stretch that rectus femoris muscle in the quads, right? And it's an incredible exercise. It's really going to help your gains. And then you move on to the leg raises. You're going to get on the Roman chair and you're going to do these leg raises for 4 sets of 16 to 20 reps. Or if that's not close to failure, do more reps, you get close to failure, right? Again, with these body weight exercises, you can do more reps so you can really get to that point of failure, right? Or at least getting close to failure. The leg raises are great. They're great for your abs, right? And they're also going to help a little bit with your legs. And that's actually it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for the weightlifting plan. Now, if any of this seemed a bit complicated for you, you can dumb these exercises down, or you can even not include some of them. For instance, I can think of the dumbbell shoulder press. This is not an exercise you have to do. It's not an exercise that you cannot ever skip. It's just an exercise that I personally recommend, that I think it's good, that I think is going to help with your journey. But at the end of the day, it's your choice, and you should really be deciding how you should be doing this. And right, if you dislike certain exercises, you can switch them up with other exercises, right? Just don't skip certain muscle groups, don't skip certain muscles. It's very important to be really balanced with everything, as in with life, as in with work. You really want to be balanced with your weightlifting, right? Even if you're doing it as a hobby or whatever, if you're not taking it as seriously, you still want that perfect balance so that you can really be at your healthiest. And if you focus more on the physique, you really want to have that great physique, that the best physique you can possibly have. So thank you for listening, and see you next time.